the mic back working. Finally. Even though I've basically made all the fucking videos so far. At least I know I don't have to get a refund from Amazon. So I've made it to Santiago. I'm in a really nice hotel room, as you can see. I'm staying in Gesco Hotels, Gaio 7, Santiago de Compostela. It is fabulous here. They had a little note for me. They had a little almond treat. It has like a rainfall shower. I was like, this is luxury. As you can see, I'm in my robe and slippers and living my best life. It's funny, the older I get, the more I'm like, I'm definitely turning into my mother, the way I love really nice hotels. Um, there's just something about spoiling yourself. I mean, I think it's great. But so today was the last day. Obviously, yesterday was a write off in many different ways. So I went to bed early last night and was up super early this morning. Started walking at about, I want to say 7:15, but the place that I was staying was actually on a main road, maybe 10-minute walk from the actual way, the trail. And the sun's not coming up till around 8:30. But I was like, oh fuck it, like, be grand. I have one of those head torches. And yeah, I don't know. It was freaky. I am a little bit afraid of the dark, but can manage it, especially if it's in like a city or a suburban area. But like, I was walking in the dark through like farmland, only like with the torch and moonlight and pitch black, and there was no other walkers around for like 10 or 15 minutes. And I actually probably shot myself, because I was like, right, this is actually how I die. Um Now obviously I'm sure plenty of people do that all the time, but I just didn't like not being around people that early in the morning, that dark. I mean, I think it's a fair thing to say. So eventually caught up with other walkers and kept going. And I arrived in, it was very foggy coming into the city. I think the last 5 kilometers were a fucking trek. I was like, oh my God, my legs are so heavy. I think it's because, like, you're at the final destination, let's say. So you like, I don't know, it just seemed like so much longer. Or I don't know, maybe it's because when you're walking through the countryside, everything looks the same. So you have no point of reference. It's all just fields. Excuse me. But it's like, that you're walking through streets, so it feels much longer. I don't know. Anyway, got into the square, and the square was amazing. The bells started ringing. There was pigeons flying. I was like, oh, I feel like I'm in a movie. It was gorgeous. There was a really nice energy, and I really felt for the people who have been like walking for like weeks. You could see the relief on their faces. Now I was fucking relieved as well, but like not as relieved as them, obviously. So yeah, so that was really nice. I took a moment, got a little pic, and then what did I do? Oh, I went to the mass. I managed to get in at like 11:10. So cute for the mass for 12, the Spanish one. I think it was Spanish. And of course, I was about to say Italian. I don't know why. But they had it's completely gone out of my head. The thing where they like, all the lads pull the string, and it's like this incense that flies throughout the cathedral. It was amazing. I got some photographs of it as well. So really delighted with that. Went and treated myself to a Mexican, which was stunning. I got tacos, and I got nachos, and I had a Coke. And then I checked into this hotel, and fuck me, I haven't left in like 2.5 hours. I'm just fucking chilling, drinking my water. I got some cookies and this bakery in the supermarket. I was like, yep, I am doing nothing for the rest of the day. I think like maybe in the evening time I'll go out for a stroll. But I'm off the drink at the moment. So I've been off the drink for almost 4 weeks. So I kind of want to keep that. And I've had no real desire to drink. I've had a couple of like 0 beers, but like I think that's grand. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a stroll later. I'm here. It's Wednesday evening now. I'm here until Friday. So the plan will be to I'm gonna go get my certificate tomorrow, I think. And I'm gonna look around the shops. um I know that there's a contemporary art gallery in this city as well, so I might check that out and just kind of faff around. My flight is until Friday evening, so I have plenty of time to kill, just like relax. But yeah, so it's finally over. It was a really interesting experience. I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who's like just as like it's piqued your curiosity. You've heard of people doing it before, but you're like, oh, I don't know if I could or whatever. Like, yeah, just give it a go. Even like the short one. I don't know if I'd ever do the long one, the 800-kilometer one. I don't know. Like, yes, maybe, but maybe in short bursts. I'm kind of like, there's other things I'd like to do with my time instead of if I was to take 6 weeks off to go walking, I would rather go 6 weeks in like New Zealand or something, or like Asia, or somewhere like really far, not Spain, because it's a beautiful experience. But a lot of it looked like back home. A lot of it looked like really like Ireland, and like it wasn't even about the scenery. The scenery was amazing. The animals were amazing. So many animals. The people were great. But it is that kind of like getting into the flow state while you're walking. And like, I don't think I actually had enough time to try get into the flow state. I think if I was there for like, I don't know, maybe another week, I'd get into the flow state. But I think that's absolutely fine. I meditate regularly every day. So I try to put myself in a flow state through other ways. That's absolutely fine. And I can totally see how people who are maybe like lost in life and they go and they walk in the Camino and they experience that meditative flow walking, like they feel that. Maybe they haven't really felt it before in their life, if that makes sense. And it's like a first time experience for them, and that's why it's so like monumental. But like for me, I try to get into that state as often as I can, so I'm not really missing out on much. A few things I think I learned that I put in my book. Oh yeah, so 109.94 kilometers in total over 6 days, and that includes my semi day off yesterday. That was like 8.72 kilometers, so it's not bad. I mean, it's okay, right? I feel like that's what you would do walking at home, but my body is really tired. Like mentally, I'm fucking like, oh yeah, like mentally, physically, I'm like, yeah, I'm bollocksed. But in a good way. It's very like refreshing and relieving to just finish. Anyway, some lessons I've learned from the Camino. Um, this list could potentially be expanded on. Number one, clarity on my goals. So I think that I've always been very goal driven and goal orientated because I just, oh, there's a cute little kitten. They're fucking everywhere here. Where was I? Yeah, so I have always had goals that I like to achieve, and it keeps me focused and grounded. Now it's usually goals within like work or goals around my art or things like that, what I'd like to do, discipline, habits, routines. But I think walking has helped me achieve clarity on my goals in terms of like how, like, okay, I had an idea of maybe what's next in my life, but it's become a lot clearer to me what I want and how I want to live my life. And I think that that is really important because I feel like sometimes you can get so muddled with everyone else's goals, even like doing the Camino. I feel like a lot of people wouldn't do it if it wasn't for social media. Like, I remember, like, before going on this, a couple of people said to me, oh, like, there's been so many videos on TikTok about the Camino. Have you seen it? And I'm not on TikTok. So I was like, no, I haven't seen it at all. But it's mad because, like, I feel like people are watching everyone's lives all the time online. And we can't decide what to do because we are so influenced by others' lives. So that's the first thing. Clarity on what I want and my goals are the most important. So I just realized I keep looking at myself in this phone when I should be looking at the camera. So I'm going to try do that from now on, even though it's so hard because I can't see it. But anyway, so clarity on my goals. I know where I'm going next. I think I have an idea, and as time passes on this trip, it's becoming clearer and clearer what that vision is. So that is number one. Number two, the self-comparison trap. And to stop it. So and it's probably, you see that in previous videos, I'm like, on this trip, I've just been comparing myself to others while I have been walking. So like I see people in their 70s and they're like out walking me, or maybe they've walked 800 kilometers and here I am having like health flare-ups and like emotional breakdowns and being like, I can't even walk 6 days. Like, what is wrong with me? Like, why is my body failing me? Like, and it 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 wasn't failing me at all. But what I've learned is that like every single body is different, and every person has their capacity emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually, etc. And for me, I also think I was walking alone. I wasn't walking as part of a group, which is a big thing. So I was like alone for a lot of the time. And I think that's a very different experience to when you're like walking with a tour group, because then you're basically going for a walk fucking over the mountains. Like, I don't know. For me, it was much more spiritual than physical, as like an exercise. So I have really bad issues with like comparing myself to other people, and I really need to stop that. So this was really highlighted throughout the walk, comparing myself to others. So that's something I'm going to take away from this trip, is to like stop comparing my journey to everyone else's, because I am unique, as is everyone else. And I think that is a good lesson. Okay, lesson number 3. Lean into what I really value. So my values became, similarly to my goals, my values became extremely clear on this trip. What do I enjoy? What do I not enjoy? E.g., arañas and spiders and cockroaches in my tent. Don't enjoy that. Don't value that. What do I value? Luxury boutique hotels in European cities. I mean, I don't know if this is a luxury, but it's luxury to me. What do I really value? What do I really want? And what's important to me. So, and not even materialistic things of like where you stay and stuff, but what's actually important to me. It's important that I have human connection. So when I was walking, it was really important that I spoke to at least 2 people a day. And I spoke to more, but like having that connection was really important. What else do I value? I value nature. I value telling stories. I value animals. So on this trip, for example, I would take a pause in nature and reflect. I would greet and try pet every single animal, dog, cat, horse, cow that I saw. And there were so many cats, so I was chuffed about that. And taking photos, telling stories. So like, yeah, like I met so many people and got to photograph them, and I would like to learn more about their story after the Camino, and that's something that I might do as a follow-up project once I get the film developed, and hopefully it all comes out all right. The usual. If anyone shoots film, you know the stress that it causes sometimes when your film doesn't develop, where you shot a blank roll or whatever it looks like. So lesson number 4 was respect and listen to your body and its limits. Similarly to the self-comparison trap. So the first day I underfed myself, running on adrenaline, little sleep. And what did I do? 25 kilometers? 24.5. And fine. Like that would have been grand if I was at home and I was going back to my own bed and like familiar locations, circumstances, whatever. That would have been fine. But I wasn't. And I pushed myself. I didn't listen to my body. My body was asking for water. It was asking for food. It was asking for sleep and rest. And that's why when yesterday I had the health flare up, like I just said to my body, I was like, no, like you're not going to continue another 20 kilometers, because I knew I wouldn't be able to walk in today. I had to rest. And that is one of the biggest things I'm going to take away from the Camino, is like, I really need to listen to my body more and like listen to what it needs. And if those needs are different to other people's, like that's okay. Like maybe I'm a person that needs a lot more rest than others, and I'm happy to admit that. But yeah, that would be the 4th lesson. I'm sure that there's more that will come to me over time, but that's what I kind of came up with this morning when I was walking, kind of what can I take from this trip. It has been a beautiful trip. I don't know if I'm going to create another video here. The light is fucking good though. Skin's glowing. Like I don't know if I'll make another video while I'm here about the trip. Maybe if there is more realizations or lessons, absolutely I'll make another video. But maybe we'll leave this as it is. Don't know. I'm gonna maybe experiment with creating videos of other topics while I'm here, while I have the time, while I have the space. I'm in a different location to my home. So yeah, that could be interesting. But yeah, if you did watch it up until now, thank you so much for watching. This is really just for me to document myself, to look back at the future, and yeah, just to document life really. So yeah. And if there's any more Caminos, I will definitely be making more videos. Okay, see ya.